Hello and welcome back to some PCM SimGame streaming. We will just double check that everything's all working again, as I haven't used the audio on a stream in a while. So let's wait for that to come through. Hello and welcome back to some PCM SimGame. Okay, not the greatest quality, but it does work, so at the moment we are not particularly caring. Okay, welcome to the Johan Museeuw Classic, the Schaal Sels Merksem. It is a content level race with Pro Tour teams also. We've loaded a start list. It's a bit of a cobble race, isn't it? There's a few red cobble sections. Hello, Nicolas Flagothia. Welcome. Team evaluation. So, best team at Scissors Intermarché 1, of course, former World Tour. Tim Collerquick. Let's have a look who is on your team. You have Norsgaard, Andersen, Bach. Reasonably strong squad. Who do I think my favourite's going to be? I think Laporte's going to not win. I think it is going to be a breakaway. So I think Museeuw might win his father's race. No, I think it is going to be... Let's go, Sebastian Grinard is my favourite for the breakaway. If it comes down to a sprint, I would say that Casper Van Uden has got it. Anyway, will be Tashkent City as the simulation team. There we have it. Pretty big cobble sectors throughout the race. Hey, Orlean. Favourites for the stage going to the game: Laporte, Bethiol, Dekenkop, Christoph, Turgi, Van Dijk, Turns, Mazzato, Walscheid, and Kamil Maleki. So quite a big spread. Intermarché with two riders in the favourites. Let's see if that makes a difference and whether they will take out some victory. Going to Conti races this morning, getting back into the race side of things after doing not a bit for a while. Who won this race last year? It was won by a Conti team, I think. I'm not sure about in the sim game, I cannot recall, and it'd be a pain in the ass to look that up. Delete, former winner. He's not here either. No graphics. Anyway, we will put our rider on 0 straight away. I like that big Citrion uniform. It is good. I like the VF Bardiani. Collerquick, I like that as well. Anyway, early break going. A few riders. Hemming from Kern Farmer. Kelman from Tudor. We see Ryan Christensen, the Kiwi. A small breakaway, so possibly not a day for the breakaway today. I ran a few test simulations early on just to check that everything was working all right, and the winner came from a breakaway in 2 out of the 3 times, but the breakaway was substantially bigger than it is now. The gap is only 50 seconds, with the peloton pacing reasonably well, 38 kilometers an hour. It looks like there's more trying to join the attack. Join the break, we see the break is definitely getting larger. 2 riders from CIC in the break with Christensen up the road. These riders from Beat and VF are not happy and are pacing it back. See a lot of big Citrion on the front. There is a strong crosswind from the right hand side. You can see that when, especially in the breakaway with the echelon they have going, but more so in the peloton. with riders not wanting to be on the left-hand side of the road. If you have a look, there's quite a few cobble sectors on the route. Quite hard ones too. They're all 5-star cobbles, so it's really a day for the Northern Classics riders. Another attack going off the front here. It's a long day as well, 200 kilometers. So the original break up the road, and the second bunch is trying to catch up. Looks like Christensen is waiting up for his teammate Leno to catch this bomb boy of Big Citrion on the front. Speed it up a little till we get to that first cobble sector. Quite some nice colours in the back. Hey, is that the Moroccan national champion? That's a lovely jersey there for VF Bardiani. Also helping out with the pacemaking, it seems Satnander. Delpino doing that. They're working for Laporte, of course. Harry Tanfield trying to get into the break now, just as they reach that first cobble sector. The cobble sector is slowing down these front two bunches, and they're joining together. As you see Kellerman straight through the back of that second bunch there. It's now become one. Puncture for Jean Degenkolb of Big Citrion, but he is back on his bike. The first riders are being dropped from the back of the peloton. Distant slightly is Burdett of Team Bolton Equities. A puncture for Eleno. Eleno is in the breakaway. He will have to fight now to get back in, as it's still on some gentle cobbles here, it looks like. Another cobble sector. They're coming thick and fast. The breakaway has no chance of succeeding, and this rider here for Bolton Equities has little chance of getting back into the peloton. Intermarché now contributing to the pacemaking. Alberto Bettiol, the Italian national champ, is here. Look at that beautiful tricolour jersey for Intermarché Wanty. There is now one sole rider out in front. It is Ryan Christensen. Christensen is doing well. He's been doing a lot of gravel races in real life, and he is passed. Looks like it's back down to the breakaway. There are quite a few to the peloton. There's quite a few riders out the back. Anyone of any importance? Maybe Luca Dissel, who used quite big for a few races in the past. There's another bunch further back. But the crosswinds and the cobbles are not making it easy for anyone. More riders trying to start a break. This time it looks like Citrion is going to let them go. Who is it this time? We have Casper van Uden in the breakaway. One of my favourites if it came down to a bunch sprint. He must know something that I don't. We also have Johansson from Leopard and Bloom from Diamante. Eight riders now have a gap of 3 minutes as the peloton is all back together. Everyone who has been dropped, as we see the cobble sections have stopped for some point. Here comes some more cobble sections. Team Santner right in the front. Puncture for Reinders there for Team Roubaix, but he is back in the peloton. Riders who cannot cobble are off the back once again. Breakaways working nicely together. They're all keeping up on the cobbles. I think they're reasonably strong on the cobbles, these riders here. Edward Prades of Team Kubota Sage. Lorenzo Manzan's here. Arthur Kluckers, Dreg, Bloom. The worst rider here is this rider from Kern Farmer. But who knows, he could be on a +5 day. The gap to the breakaway is staying steady, about 5 minutes 45. We see John Degenkolb has fallen. Samuel Watson also. It's not a good day for them, but they're back up and in the bunch. I think someone had a puncture here at the back, but they're also up as well. Dalpino for Team Satner is right out the back. 57 cobble. He is not liking the race. He is likely to not finish the stage. A lot of riders at the back who are struggling. There's the pace from Intermarché and Bec Citrion driving the peloton forward. Another two riders from Big Citroën, one from Intermarché. They're all up and back in the bunch. Unlucky for them, riders should be keeping close eye on their wheel. The gap is now 5 minutes. It's slowly reducing with 120 kilometers to go. The crosswind is still present, just slightly weaker than before as they get some shelter from the buildings. Bomboy, prominent domestique for Big Citroën, has had a puncture. As we see, he's back in the peloton, chilling there nicely. With 100 kilometers to go, the peloton has caught up about 40 to 60 seconds worth of gap between them and the peloton. Them and the breakaway, sorry. El Gouzi has crashed at the back. Unfortunate for him, the Moroccan national champion. Danny van der Tuck, the Polish rider, not liking the cobbles. We see Arthur Cluckers has now been dropped from the breakaway. He's about 40 seconds down. He is not happy with the cobbles, but soon he'll be caught by the peloton. Here comes Cluckers. Cluckers has now just been caught by the peloton. And the gap is only 3 minutes. They've lost another minute with another 30 kilometers of racing. You see riders coming towards them. This is not good planning by the organisers. Either that or the riders are not being taken off the course fast enough. 64 kilometers to go. We're going to expect a long-range attack from someone. Leinhardt has fallen, but he is back up. The breakaway has split into two bunches now. It is those who can cobble and those who cannot. Up at the front it's Prades, Johansson and Van Uden. Van Uden, I'm not sure why he went in the break. He's a strong sprinter. If it comes down to a bunch sprint, he'd rather be there. DSM not showing good tactics. The peloton is down to 62 riders, slowly reducing, whittling away everyone through every cobble sector. There's an attack from the peloton. Chris Laporte and Alexander Christoph are on the offensive. Big Citroën are reacting, as with Leopard Trek. The duo are going hard on the cobbles, both seasoned World Tour riders. Laporte, of course, favourite number one, and Christoph, after all the work that Intermarché did on the front. Van Boven has fallen. There's a small crash at the back. He's on the ground for a while. Stockborough is up, but Van Boven, will keep an eye on him, is abandoning the race. Laporte and Christoph roll through the second half of that initial breakaway. It is now John Degenkolb, another seasoned World Tour rider, on the front doing the pacemaking. Laporte and Christoph are almost at the front. They're just about to catch the duo as we see Laporte attack through this next cobble sector. 40 kilometers to go. It's a long way out for these two riders. Maybe they didn't trust themselves in the sprint. We see Dalpinos is crashing once again. It is now Casper Van Uden, who looks like he's setting up for Laporte and Christoph. He is. He's looking worse for wear. But these three former World Tour professionals are now working. We see Christoph now attacking over the top. He's not happy with the work from the Dutchman. Laporte follows in the peloton. It is still Big Citroën this time. It is riders on the front. It's now only 53 riders left in this peloton. Let's get a time gap. Let's go Kemmel Gredick. And let's go to Laporte. Time there, a minute ahead, Laporte and Christoph. The remnants of the original breakaway are all looking dead on the road. 40 kilometers to go. This pace set by Big Citroën is doing the job they wanted. They're dropping all the riders who cannot keep up. Papio Van Schip, another large group of riders off the back. Harry Tanfield, riders from that original breakaway ridden straight through and out the back. Only one man from the original breakaway survives, Casper Van Uden. Maybe he'll get some time to recover as we go through the last cobble sector now. 45 seconds for the duo. Laporte seems to be taking larger turns on the front than Christoph. Maybe Christoph thinks he can outsprint him if the conditions are correct. Counter-attack now. Norsgaard is going. Degenkolb, who's done some work on the front, is now getting in with the action. Tim van Dijk for Leopard as well. The gap is small between these two bunches, but it's still a gap. Hopefully they don't just bring the whole peloton up. Maybe Christoph knows something that Laporte does not, but I haven't seen Christoph roll through for a turn in forever. The gap is now 30 seconds between these two bunches. Will we see another team try to attack? Camel Gradek is just rolling through. He is doing the work for Kubota Sake. They're about to make the catch. The gap is 9 seconds. Will we see one of these riders attack? But no, Laporte is not looking the greatest. As we make the catch, riders attack. You see Alex Renard, Max Walscheid. Tim van Dijk tries to keep up, but has not got the acceleration. Through the middle, it is Team Total Energies doing the double attack. We have Leinhardt and Turkey there. Everyone's keeping up, but we see a few riders at the back being distanced. Edward Prades from the original break, Reinders, Naberman, Bosenhagen out the back for Team Coop. A sole rider out in front. It is Van Gistel now for DSM. Maybe they didn't trust Casper Van Uden. The race is just pure flat, few ups and downs, but no more cobbles left in the bunch. Luca Mazzato now, he's going on the attack with Julien Vermont. Alexis Renard is trying something. Vermont sits up. Everyone's trying to get away. No one wants this to come down to a mass sprint. Arcadia B&B on the attack again with Matthias Louvel. Max Walscheid counters. Tim van Dijk and Degenkolb bring the rest of the bunch with them. There's a small gap between Reinders and Bethiol. It is now closed as we see it. A few riders are off the front. 8 riders. And there's a fall at the back. And it's a big fall at the back. Everyone looks like they got up. There are 2 main groups on the road. A group of 6, Kevin Laporte, Teuns, Van Dijk, Degenkolb, Bethiol, Walscheid. And then 30 seconds back, it is Mazzato and Watson trying to get across. Reinders up there also. Norsgaard. Degenkolb attacks from the front. There's 14 kilometers to go. Are they setting up for the peloton? Looks like these guys are trying to set it up for a mass bunch sprint. There's now 28 riders who are in it to win it at the front. Another attack, Tim van Dijk of Leopard. Walscheid on his wheel once again. They're in the action. Bettiol, the Italian champion. You see the tricolour moving up the road. Hugo Hofstede on his wheel. Yeah, Lars van Boven, there we are. He was pulled out of the race. 25 seconds is the gap to the duos. We see Van Gestel now attack. 10 kilometers to go. Degenkolb's on his wheel. The question is who trusts himself in a sprint. Hugo Hofstede is attacking. Where is Chris Laporte? Laporte's had his fun on the front attacking. He is now waiting for the sprint. 20 seconds for this duo. They're pacing. They're lapping it out hard. 7Ks for Walscheid's looking a little bit tired. Will Van Dijk attack over the top? Looks like Bettiol and Hofstede have caught up to this front duo. Get rid of that time gap, that's annoying in the way. 17 seconds. They're setting up slightly. Let's zoom out and see both at once. Van Gestel on the front. It looks like he's leading out Pavel Bittner. Watson's looking a little bit worse for wear. These 4 in front need to get them ass in together. There's 14 kilometers to go. Kaput is through, trying to jump the gap through the middle. Luca Mazzato also doing the same. 3 kilometers to go. The gap has widened. As we see off the front, Hugo Hofstede, he is going for it. 1.5 kilometers. No one is reacting. That was definitely a mistake by Alberto Bettiol as we see Hugo Hofstede on the attack. Here comes the sprint. Here comes Bettiol. Will Bettiol make it in time? He will not. Hugo Hofstede, Arcadia B&B takes the win. Ahead of Bettiol, Walscheid, Tim van Dijk. Coming in the peloton, we see Chris Laporte first across the line, followed by Van Gestel and Van Lyck. Rounding out the top 20 is Nosgard. Hey! For Team Colo Quick. Right at the very end of the race, we have Del Pino. He is 34 kilometers from home. It's not going to be a good, fun race for him. He's going to make the time limit, I'm pretty sure. 6 kilometers to go, it's going to be close, isn't it? You make the time cut just. Let's have a look at the podium. We see Hugo Hofstetter winning the sprint ahead of Bertha Bettiol, Max Walscheid and Tim van Dijk. Team classification: Intermarché, Wanty ahead of DSM, Van Rijssel, then Arkea Samsic. Export those results. CT the results. Let's post the first 40. Well, it looks like most teams had a ride in the top 10. Let's have a look. Okay, Samsic, Hugo Hofstetter first. Beat Cycling did not. Beat Cycling had first rider Rick Plumers in 34th. Bolton Equities secondly, 6th with Hansen. 28th, 9th. Look at Intermarché, 3 riders in the top 20. Leopard turns in 15th. Van Dijk for Metek. Satner 7th. Colo Quick, 20th, with Nosgard, Anderson, Buck, and Ekholm in further places behind. Team Coop, 21st, Walscheid, 6th, Kubatasake, 6th with Masato, Go You, DSM, 8th with Van Gestel, Total, 11th, Tudor, 12th with Steimler, VF Bardiani, 79th. Not the greatest race for them, but hey, it shows some great action. There we have it. Luca van Boven is DNF. Let me write that down now. And that was all the teams. One DNF of course from my team, but who really cares about that? Well done to everyone that participated. In a few minutes we will start the stream of the next race.